Our community, they demand excellence. They want accountability. They want innovation, improvement from their police department. And when our officers are making good decisions on the street, that comes from the training that they have. That's the foundation of what they do. And because of that, not only are our officers more safe, but our community is more safe.
And all of these range features and all of the capabilities of smart access, everything that this range allows us to do is really a benefit for our community because it's going to make us put a better officer out there who's more prepared, more well-trained, and a more well-trained officer is a more confident officer, and more importantly, people don't talk about a calm officer.
K9 unit will go around the city, and we're basically a patrol asset. We encounter everything. So we're chasing around basically all of the emergency traffic in the city. So usually the worst of the worst in what is considered like bad guys. So we're out really looking for violent offenders, violent felons. Just the capability of having what's here with movers, targets that turn, being able to put your vehicle inside the range easily and do some of that where you might be limited to do that on some of the other places, is you can't create that out in the real world without doing it here. So if we can create the stressful environment with sirens going off and turn the lights down, and cops will be better off in the real world to have that versus just going to an outdoor range and plinking away at the dirt berm behind it.
The most valuable asset that goes into any aspect of training is going to be our people. And then from our people, it's our job as the administrators to make sure they have the tools they need to succeed.
What you want with the range is not just having just a berm and a target out there. You want to be able to have creativity that are going to challenge the shooters in different ways. And that's exactly what this range does. It's not just a backstop with a flat target. We can turn things, we can change the lighting, we can have things moving around. It's very unique to have this set up now, and it's going to be great for our department.
Oh, this is invaluable for our K9 unit. You know, I work nights and weekends, so luckily here in the city of Scottsdale, I have access after hours to the range. So I can either come down by myself and train, I can use my dog, come down here and just do some exposure stuff with him.
A calm officer is able to make the right decision at the right moment, even if it's a split-second decision, because he's been put through stress in training in a controlled environment. By being able to do that in more specific and more advanced ways here with this new great range, I feel like I can put a better officer out on the road for the community.
This was a big project. This was a big project from start to finish. Big projects, they go before the city council and ultimately before the community. We're government. We are using taxpayer money, so we want to be responsible with that. So we want to make sure that we do it right. We don't want to put something together that's just going to need to be updated here in another 5 years. What we've done with this facility now will benefit our officers 25 years down the road.
We send officers throughout the country for various training purposes, and they get the feel. We get that feedback from where have you trained, what have you done, bring that training back to us. And a resounding theme amongst the firearms trainers has been, that was an action target range. I really love shooting on it for a variety of reasons. So when it came time to build the facility, we knew Action Targets was one of the vendors that we were going to include.
The more real life and realistic repetitions our officers get to make quick decisions in demanding situations, the better they're going to be on the road, on the street. As we developed the plan for this facility, how can we get our officers more reps and more opportunities to train in realistic situations? And that's what drove everything from day one of planning in this facility.
By having these new state-of-the-art resources, having the TAC House, having the brand new range, having Vertra, partnering with Axon VR, we're going to be better prepared through these resources and leveraging all of this new technology to ensure that our officers are as safe as they can be within our community.
So it used to be we just had an old phone system, but now with the Smart Range Access, there's actually an area you can go to in advanced programs, and I can set up an entire course of fire. We can set up our entire state qualification and have it run on its own. I just have to keep hitting run over and over again instead of having to plug it in. So with that system set up that way, I can go through a complete days of instruction without even having to look at the tablet other than hitting that one button. But I still have it with me. If I see that there's an advantage to maybe add some additional training, I can adjust it real quick and put that into the smart system to help my shooters. So everything is focused on the shooters I'm instructing, not fighting the system to get what I want.
I'm excited about officers walking into this building for the first time and feeling proud that this is where they get to work and this is where they get to train. Feedback that we've gotten from everybody involved has been just a resounding positive feedback. Everybody is thrilled with the technology. We recognize technology as the future of law enforcement. And all of the things that we need to go into a state-of-the-art range, I can have guys out on the range for 6 or 8 hours in a workday, and I know at the end of the day, I'm sending them home not with a headache. They're not going to be tired for being on the range all day. They're going to be excited to come back to work in that same environment the next day.
I'm personally most excited about with this new facility is being able to integrate all different types of training. In this one facility, we can put someone through stress by having them run around. We've got training equipment here. We can make them carry kettlebells. We can make them jump over boxes, get on a rower with their equipment on. Then they can jump right off and run right into this range here, and I can have targets moving, so it's like they just chased somebody down and the person's still moving, but he maybe grabbed a hostage and he has to take that quick hostage shot on that smart moving target. And is he able to do that? And I can teach that officer, if you can't do that here, maybe that's not the right decision made on the road. Now you can drive forward and put yourself in a better position to make that shot when it actually matters.
Finding locations to practice building entry and building clearing. We got to the point where we were relying upon realtors in the area that knew of houses that would be torn down. We do appreciate that partnership with the community when they would put houses on offer or commercial properties on offer for us to search. But having the ability in-house to now change a structure, build a structure, scale it as needed for the training of the day is going to better prepare us to deal with whatever we're faced with in the real world. Building clearing and making entry into unknown structures is one of the things that our officers do on a daily basis. It's one of the most difficult things to train new officers on, and ultimately it's a difficult thing to train in-service officers on if you don't have the proper resource. So we believe TAC House is going to help us get to the point of a level of comfort to be better prepared to serve the community on the calls when it really matters.
We're very transparent about the training that our officers get, the process of what it takes to become a police officer actually out on the street. And our community demands the best of our officers, and we expect the same. So we have to listen when our community speaks. To do that, we want to ensure that they're as capable and that they've been given the resources, the training, and all the tools they need to really be successful.
Here in Arizona, an officer's career is about 25 years as a minimum. That's what it takes. So for us, we recognize the importance of not only training our senior officers and our in-service officers, but those who haven't started yet. The money that the city has put into this facility is going to train our officers to make them feel valued and make sure we're taking care of our community.